Alright, good afternoon everybody, GT Sam here with another video. This one's going to be a little bit different. Got a P0420, my Nissan Xterra. And so, what's happening is that, I believe it is of course it's an engine code issue, but it should be an oxygen sensor. Should be the first one on the right. So today we're going to go ahead and work on that. I got my handy dandy Bluetooth coder scanner here. I got my phone. I'm gonna check the level. I was doing a little bit of research, and it seems like what we have going on is it's just really a bunch of fuel and air ratio mixture is not working very properly. So we're gonna go ahead, find out, and see what the ratings are. So it says the voltage is high from what I scanned before, but we're gonna test it again just to see what it actually says and see if the voltage is high. So let's go ahead. Got my key. Got my key here. Just warm up a little bit. Definitely cold out. Oh, not that. Alright, so as you can see, we got code hanging out right down there. And all of its wonderful amber. So we're going to do, kind of change the vehicle profile here. So we have a Nissan. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to the consultant, the consultant number 2, without OBD2 support. It says a few different things. It seems to help out nicely. So I'm going to switch it to that first, see what our values are. We're going to go ahead and connect Bluetooth. So it's working. Connected. Good start. Alright, let's see if we get some live data. Okay, engine coolant temperature is 68 degrees. It is cold out. Oxygen. Okay, let's see. Well, this is what we have for the oxygen sensor. So we know it's doing that. This one's pretty high. So let's go and check the codes. Connecting. Let's read them. Bank 1. High voltage. Alright. Now let's go and switch. Just compatible with all one. Let's see what that does. Yeah, this one seems pretty high. Oh, right to 0. Wait a minute. 0. Wait. Hold on. Chilled out a little bit. The RPMs went down a lot. Then, so they're starting to climb again. There's a lot of fuel right there. There might be a short somewhere. So now we're going to go under the hood and see if there's anything else happening under there for right now. So keep that connected for now. Okay, so our grounding wires, we have one. All the way down there and right to there. Now there's a bunch of greasiness and then corrosion or rust on it, so that could be a culprit. We still have some all the way around too. Second part of the problem, I'm really convinced. We've got another one over here going all the way down there. Connects up to the engine as well. I'm not convinced yet. We have to look into it a little bit further. See what's giving us those issues. Alright, so we're kind of back to this whole thing again. So now we're just looking at the fuel trims. So right here, 1 is interesting. It jumps around, might go down to like 0, then jumps to like 20%. Now here's 15. You can kind of hear the engine starting to move up a little bit. 21. Just keep rising. Now 25. All these other ones don't seem to do that either. And 0. Wow, it just jumped to 0 all of a sudden. And now back up. Now let's go back over to all these, and the voltage is 0 again. The fuel is 16%. And now it jumps back up.
Okay, so let me give you a little bit of backstory between these clips and what happened to my Xterra with the O2 sensor. I did eventually actually bring it down to my mechanics down the street, and they did confirm that the one I was showing in this clip was bad. They went ahead and replaced it, but just to let you know, that was one of the worst ones they ever replaced, they said, because it's so rusted in there that they actually were trying to get it out, and it wasn't just an O2 sensor screwed in, it was an O2 sensor in an adapter, then into the manifold. So it was really weird what was happening there. I don't know who did that, it was an OEM or if someone else did that. But they did put a new one in eventually, and the code went away for the O2 sensor. Now, as for the catalytic converter, well, that's a different story. So let's continue on the adventure here and see what we get.
It's 22 degrees out, and glutton for punishment, trying to take this sensor out for some cleaning. And it's snowing. Got my hat on too, don't worry, I'm trying to stay warm. And my snow pants. So to give you guys all a little bit of an update here, what happened is actually that code was actually correct in saying that I did have a check engine light on for an O2 sensor. So true. Now the RPMs are actually just staying a little bit lower, especially at idle when my foot's on the brake and actually driving. So that's good. The code did go away for that. It was a bad O2 sensor, and my mechanic said it was a nightmare to get out. So that's one of the downfalls of this type of engine with a supercharger, I think, is just this design of this Xterra is horrendous. I have never heard of any of the mechanics I ever used when working on my SUV that they actually like enjoyed the experience or like anything good about it. It was terrible. It was so much extra work to do. So it was ridiculous. And that's my lucky day. My car is not passing inspection because of a catalytic converter issue. So got 2 bottles of this. No idea if it's gonna work, but before I replace my catalytic converter and spend $1,000, I'm gonna try that. So I have over 16-gallon tank in my Xterra here, so I'm gonna put about a little bit more of this. So I got 2 cases of it, so let's get another bottle here. Dump a little more in. A bit more. Alright, that'll do. Throw some left over. There we go. Okay, status update. There it is. We got the 78, almost 79 miles plugged in. No change yet, obviously. That light's still blaring bright. So, it's nighttime. We can give it a shot. Was driving on the highway about 70 miles an hour and legally within limits. And so I was doing that for about a half hour today. So we'll just kind of wait until the tank goes down a little bit more, I think. And so once that happens, then I'll kind of get a status once that happens. Oof, I think it's actually working. It actually stinks. Like rotten eggs. Alright. That's what I like. That's what I like to smell. Only this time though, only this time. Alright, so here we are again, everybody. Driving on some bumpy roads in the Xterra, trying to get the check engine light official up. It's off right now because that's what I did, and I have a crap ton of Marvel Mystery Oil in the gas tank right now, and I'm going to be driving on the highway at super high RPM speeds to really burn up the catalytic converter and not have the squeaking going on as well. It's terrible. My car does not like the warm. Well, I can definitely say it's not the most fun thing I've been doing all day. It's kind of terrifying. And yes, I have sunglasses over my glasses right now, and I don't know if you can even really hear me that well because the noise is very loud in here. I'm going about almost 70, and yeah, it's kind of scary to drive this. It's windy, and if I go faster, it feels like the whole front's just kind of lifting off the ground, and I'm gonna be able to like fly up. So horrible aerodynamics. Nah, this ain't cool. But if I give it gas when I'm in higher RPMs and have the overdrive off, it picks up good. But boy, is it Yeah, it's sketchy. Hitting 75 in this thing. Alright, listen for the squeaks here in a moment, going over the bridge a little bit. You ready? There we go. There's some of that. That got worse. I'm not sure why, but it's squeaky. It is loud. Worse than a mouse. Just another thing. This is really a charmer here. I'm starting to wonder why people really enjoy these vehicles. I'm trying to figure out why I bought this a year ago or two. So one thing about this Xterra is not aerodynamic at all, and my backpack is, you can see, bouncing all over the place. I mean, we are going, a little above 65. Steering wheel is a little wobbly, and boy, got some mad squeaking on the right side, the passenger up front. Every little bump is some kind of squeak that just pierces right through the door sound. Like, it's just really loud. I don't know what that is. And my seat's like wobbling, and there's the four-wheel drive engager. Besides me moving, like, you kind of might be able to see it vibrate a little bit. I'm vibrating a little bit. Alright, so here we are again, everybody. I just went ahead and filled up the gas tank a little bit, just enough to see if we can go ahead and get to like about 100 miles on the clock for getting the codes off. We're at 80 now, and we've been doing good. No check engine lights. I've been checking on my scanner as well, nothing. So fill up a little bit more and put some more Marvel Mystery oil in there. Let's go on a highway drive for a few miles there and back, high RPMs, and then let's make a stop at Walmart. Get ready for a squeak. Alright, so essentially what was going on there is we drove on the highway for about 30 miles one way, and then we turned around and came back the other way. So about 77 miles it looks like we clocked so far. And in that time, no check engine lights. I constantly was scanning for new codes to pop up for the catalytic converter, this position 2, bank 2, nothing. I think this might be the solution. Okay, what I figured out? Solution: dump a heck of a ton of Marvel Mystery oil into your gas tank, fill it up, and then drive at high RPMs on the highway. I was up at 3,000, between 3,000 and 4,000 RPMs. Most of the time it was like 3,500, I think. So that is like, I think, one of the keys right there, is to really get some heat going and burning off whatever's in your catalytic converters. But I'm going to give it some more testing, more time, and see what the mechanics say. Hopefully this is the key. I would be very pleased. So I'll let you know what happens next from here on out. Alright guys, well, I think we have some really good news actually. I was able to stop for a moment and check my code scanner and do an emissions test on it, and it looks like the catalytic converter is clear. Oh yeah, my geniusness has struck again. I got the codes clear, I got the cats cleared out, and now all we have actually is an oxygen sensor code, which the O2 sensor was replaced, but I think it's actually, codes came up for evap system, and that could be because of my really weird kind of accident, kind of crash on the side of the road. I think I might have messed something up with that in the back, but I think that should be a little bit easier of something to accomplish here. So I think what we're going to do is take it to the mechanic soon, see if we can get that cleared out, and get this thing down the road. Oh, and fix the ridiculous squeak over there. It's disgusting. But other than that, I'm happy the catalytic converter code is clear and gone. Now I just have hopefully this other small thing that, well, probably won't be too bad. Things will look it up. I'll take it. Well, it's official. There it is. The death light. Love to see what code it is, but I almost went 100 miles and I finally just put overdrive off on the highway, and boop, there it came back. Sad day. Sad moment. I did so much to it. I did so much. And it just came to this.
And so, here we are. The check engine light is still on. We went ahead and gave it our best shot for weeks on end, but to no avail. The light is still there. So what did we learn from all this? Well, the CRC guaranteed to pass may or may not work. I tried it and it seemed to help for maybe a day or so. No, but then it had the other code on for another issue, and then trying to work on the other one resulted in not clearing out the catalytic converter code. 2. Marvel Mystery Oil? Not too bad. It seems to help clean up the engine a little bit and make the car run at better performance. So it's worth a shot at least. 3. This Nissan Xterra sucks gas like crazy. All in all, I think for right now, the best plan of action from here is to just move on and get it sold. All in all, I think we might be okay though. I don't really like having this light on, but from what I know of the inspections around my town, I believe if I have one readiness code that's not ready state, I think I could still pass the emissions inspection. So that's good news. And when I go to sell it, I'm not going to hide anything. The light is going to be full on in front of the new owner's face, and I'm going to let them know that it does have a catalytic converter code on. I've been quoted to get this catalytic converter replaced before, and it's well over $1,000. I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like going to a junkyard and going finding one and taking out one myself either. So I don't need this SUV anymore. There's just no need for it. It's been fun while I had it, but I think it's time to just send it on down the road to the next owner and make someone very happy with this vehicle. It's a great running machine. It's powerful. It's got some torque with that supercharger, and it's ready to roll. But guys, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Nissan Xterra, especially the supercharged version? Is this just a ridiculous engine and it doesn't need to have this much torque and power? Or is this a super awesome and fun vehicle to have around? Would you take this? Or would you take something else that's comparable? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and talk about it. Also, if you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up there. And also make sure you subscribe for more Xterra videos coming along here. And then also some for the Acura TL once I get these Nissan Xterra stuff out of the way. More will be coming on the Acura. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all again soon here. This is GT Sam. Thanks for watching.